Hi, my name is Joe Deswan. I work with Youth with a Mission Idaho. We are a missions agency that trains and sends both short-term and full-time missionaries. We run a program called the Discipleship Training School, and we tried this year joining the Alpha Network for Leadership Development and the Discipleship Training School together. So some of our students volunteered to be part of the Alpha Network, and then were required to do the reading for the ANLD as well as participate in an Alpha course. It was a really good time. I think the benefits of incorporating ANLD into the DTS were the evangelism training that they got through the I Once Was Lost book, which talked about the various thresholds that people have to come through in order to make a decision to follow Jesus, to make him the Lord of their life. Another great thing I thought that was good about the ANLD was the book selection and the way that it challenged conventional evangelical thinking while at the same time upholding a biblical worldview. I thought the reading selection was really great, and for our students, the ones that participated in the ANLD, it really stretched them and helped them to think about specific issues and how they would maybe share or minister to their friends in regard to those issues. As a matter of fact, I actually took I think 2 of the books and incorporated them into my DTS curriculum because I thought they were so beneficial. I think there was, well, like I said, one of the great things that we did is we partnered with a local church and actually ran an Alpha course. And I think the greatest potential that lies between Alpha and YWAM is Alpha offers a ministry that YWAM can do to impact their local communities. A lot of times YWAM is focused on a nation or on overseas work, and sometimes we struggle to be effective in the community where God has placed us. And I think Alpha could be a great way for YWAM staff or YWAM students to minister to the local community and to provide a ministry maybe to churches that aren't equipped to run it yet. I also think a great thing that YWAM could do is offer a neutral location to run an Alpha course. A lot of times people who are seeking aren't comfortable stepping foot into a church, but if we could bring them into a neutral location, they would feel more comfortable and therefore more open to hearing about Christianity. So I think those are the places of greatest potential that Alpha can provide a ministry for YWAM to impact our local community, and we can also run it as a service to churches or in partnership with churches and hopefully generate some unity between churches. We live in a very small town, and sadly the churches are very divided. Maybe Alpha could be a way of bringing them together to do evangelism. I think probably the greatest or the best thing that we did this fall in terms of ANLD was our YWAM location hosted the Holy Spirit weekend for the Alpha course that we were helping with. And that was a great opportunity for our ANLD students because they got a chance to lead and to minister to the other people that participated in the Alpha course. Another great thing is that we, as YWAM, were able to provide a live speaker for 2 of the sessions for the retreat, which made it feel more personal and also allowed for more interaction and things like that. And everybody, the Alpha leaders, Alpha participants, and the YWAM staff benefited a lot from having the live speaker there. The coolest thing that we did is our students, our DTS students, had been trained in a prayer ministry method or had a method modeled to them. And so we thought what would be cool was to challenge the students to turn around and reproduce that model for the people that were participating in the Alpha course. So we set a time aside during Saturday where we created a sacred space in our lecture hall, and then divided our students up into 4 teams, and then the other Alpha participants could come into our lecture hall and receive personal one-on-one prayer from a team of 3 DTS students. That was a very powerful time. God in prayer revealed things to us about the people we were praying for that we could have never known. And so we really felt like that time was a way of God just demonstrating his love. And I think for some of the Alpha participants, it was maybe one of the first times they had heard God's voice or had felt the power of the Holy Spirit. So that was a really great time. So I thought, all in all, that the first semester of ANLD, working with the discipleship training school, worked out really great. And Janessa and I are talking about working out some of the bugs and maybe tweaking things to make it run even smoother in the future. Lastly, I would just like to say a few things about Janessa. I know that the grant that was given to Alpha goes to pay her salary and goes to her ministry almost directly. It goes to the Alpha Network for Leadership Development. And Janessa didn't put me up to saying these things. I would just like to say them about her to give you some feedback about her performance. I found Janessa to be very wonderful to work with. She was flexible in the parameters that they had set for ANLD and trying to incorporate them into a DTS. She did a great job working with me and helping me think through that stuff, providing ideas and compromising, but also upholding the values of the ANLD. So I thought she did a great job there. She was very encouraging. Every time we talked on the phone or emailed, she just had words of encouragement to say, and I really felt that was a ministry from her to me personally, just encouraging me in this area. And I thought the thing I was really impressed with was Janessa's communication skills. She communicated clearly. If there was ever a miscommunication or lack of communication, it was more on my part than hers. And so she was very good at communicating with both me and eventually the students who volunteered for the ANLD. She got their email addresses and phone numbers and called them personally as well, as I handed the responsibility of them off to her once they were comfortable with the way the program was going. Well, thank you for giving me this opportunity to share some feedback about ANLD. I hope and pray that it grows and that there's more students next year that want to participate. And I'm looking forward to meeting with Janessa in February, later this month, to talk and strategize more about how to bring YWAM and Alpha together through the Alpha Network for Leadership Development. Thank you. Bye.